I'm the scat man. I'm the scat man.
It's Thursday. It's almost Friday. Thank God.
Almost.
My computer is just not cooperating today as I see constant lagging on my end. My keys don't even work. So we'll see how that goes. So thanks for producer Mick for getting me through a little rush there. Last night's game coming out. Edmonton was going to put a little egg on her face to just be like, this is who we are.
Yeah.
First 40 minutes going to Dallas, dominate. I mean, even this Tyler Seguin breakaway goal was kind of sloppy on Draisaitl's end on that. Like, probably shouldn't have been taking the puck up the boards there, kind of lackadaisical. How did you see the first 40 minutes of that game?
Well, after Bouchard made it 3-1, I said to myself, I'm like, how is Edmonton doing this? Because remember on the show yesterday, I'm like, I still can't buy into Edmonton. Even though I look at this roster, I'm like, how are they this good? And they were dominant for the first 40 minutes of that game. Like, they were taking it to Dallas. And I guess everything that I thought they were ended up showing up in the third period. And it's not just like I thought they were. Like, clearly what got away from them is they got out of playing 5-on-5. I think 5-on-5 they can absolutely play with this team. But you give Dallas 3 straight power plays when the building is back to life, when the game is 1 goal. I didn't understand their discipline behind all this. So crazy.
Yeah, kind of hurts Toronto Maple Leafs always to make it about the Leafs. Score on that breakaway. We had plenty of breakaways, couldn't bear anything. Power play connects on 3 straight power plays to erase a 3-1 lead, to take a lead, to turn things into 4-3. Like, that's how you get things done with chances. We'll just be Toronto crybabies for a little longer. No Harley assist somehow, some way. Just absolute trash. One thing I will note that could be put towards betting purposes, Edmonton did pull the goalie down 2 with about 3 minutes left. And then Esselindell scored immediately. But that's kind of where we'll see the goalie pull. So if you're a live better for point props on that side, make sure to know that you're around that 3 minute, 2.5 minute mark. I was on Rally Radio yesterday. I don't think they appreciated my honesty about how good Florida is and how maybe not fantastic Freddie Anderson is as a goaltender. They're like, what? You can't say that about Freddie. I'm like, look at that first goal. That shorthand, backhand sauce probably should have been saved. And then things got out. Do you think we maybe see Pyotr Kochetkov in this series?
I mean, if things get ugly tonight, I don't see why they wouldn't think about it.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's a spot. Can you bring any justification on how you go 0-13 in Eastern Conference playoffs? I mean, outside of the obvious thing is what you're going to say is how terrible the playoff format is.
Yeah.
How do you explain it? How can Rob Brind'Amour get away with not winning 1 of 13 Eastern Conference against 3 different opponents?
It doesn't make any sense.
I think Brind'Amour is only there for 2 sweeps and game 1.
Who was there? Maurice, the first one?
It was the Pittsburgh
or Laviolette. Yeah. That's a staggering stat. I mean, you're in the Eastern Conference Finals. You're one of 4 teams remaining. I mean, I'm always going to resort back to the format because when you have a weak division like the Metro was this year, you're going to have a team that probably doesn't deserve to be there in a normal format. And I wouldn't say probably doesn't deserve to be there because any team that gets to these conference finals, like they've won 2 rounds, so they deserve to be there. But I mean, this would have been a first round playoff matchup if it was 1-8. So maybe you're not having the 2 best teams in the Eastern Conference Finals. And when you don't, you expose yourself to this type of result.
All right, here are the plays. Florida, 5 points longer than at this time on Tuesday for game 1. The under has gotten absolutely smashed. It was minus 105. Now we're looking at plus 105 for the over. It's moved almost 20 points, I think, to the under right now.
And you still like the under in this game?
No, I'm taking that plus 105 over 5.5.
No, so why are people smashing the under?
I don't like it's. I've been on the underside of the playoffs, and it's you have to get so much more right to get through to that under because one goal and it's done. It seems like in the third period of like a dominating 3-0 game, all of a sudden it goes 3-1, and I know immediately if that score gets to 3-1, the under's done.
Yeah, because of goaltenders and push and empty netters.
Don't enjoy it very much. So we're taking the plus money over. We're going Evan Rodriguez for an assist at plus 250.
What?
It's a big price, top line.
Is that a misprint?
No, he's still priced as a shooter, as a goal scorer, so his assist market is way off.
Wow.
It's 5 assists in his last 4 games.
That's incredible value right there.
He's like plus 1250 for 2 assists. He's plus 850 for 2 points on that top line.
But just look at the goals that Florida has, or just look at the way Florida has played on the road too. Like they've scored 12 goals in the last 2 road games against Toronto, and they put up a 5 spot in game 1. That's 17 goals in 3 games. Clearly this team is feeling good about themselves and the way they play on the road.
I think they just want to empty barns every game, right? Like how exciting is that as a player or as a coach to talk to your players about, look what you just did. 18,000 people. I think you made 14,000 leave early. These people are paying $500 a ticket. Good on you, boys.
Yeah. That's great value. Nice find by you there. I like that.
Oh, Dan saying he was plus 300 to 350 for the last 2 games for the assist market. This is the first time I turned the eyes to the assist market because I liked the point's 150.
Plus 150, yeah.
Now maybe I'm just getting greedy, but I think there's a world where you take the assist at plus 250 and the 2 plus points for plus 850.
2 plus points for who?
Rodriguez. Don't get greedy with 2 assists, just 2 points.
Yeah. Why would you even get greedy with 2 points? Take the 1 point and the plus 250, or the 1 assist.
No, but so you get greedy with 1 assist to 250.
Right.
Then you don't get as greedy, and you add on top of that the 2 points at 850.
Oh, because he can score.
Yeah, and if he scores 1, you're like, oh, I shouldn't have gotten 2 assists, but you got 1 assist. I don't think he'll get 2 goals, but 2 assists is $14.50, which is appetizing too. I don't know. I think you can stack the entire every fourth line. I think you can do you can go out there and put AJ Greer and Nosich together for big bucks if you can. Like if those markets open up.
Yeah, you could for sure.
And then we're going to go Sebastian Aho on the other side, over 2.5 shots, minus 110, led the team in shot attempts with 9, got 7 on net. Big discrepancy with Aho in terms of splits, and it probably means that this line just can't do anything on the road. At home, 19 shots on goal, 6 games versus 9 shots on goal and 5 games on the road. So averaging the over at home, gets his shots. And it was that top line. Like I was looking at the time on ice between the lines. How is Rob Brindamore giving the Carrier line more time on ice at 5-on-5 than the Jarvis Aho Svechnikov line?
I mean, but that was probably game script, was it not?
They were trailing, right? I mean, was it just like, oh, okay, rest, sure. Is that You could see that, like just jump over the board, take a pound of flesh kind of minutes.
That or make the investment that you want your fourth line to go out there and start laying some body.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't
It is
read too much into that after game one.
It is pretty interesting to see. Like, we thought Carolina was a deep team. But when you just put these three lines versus these three lines, and even the fourth line versus the fourth line, Florida's just a different beast.
They are.
Right? Like, it's, Hall, like the Martinook Stahl line. Hey, pretty good third line. Guess what? We have E2, Anton, and Brad out there just to beat you up. You literally can't match up versus these guys.
Yeah. It's been a tough match for anybody right now in doing so.
Jonathan Davis on the fourth line played Noshik, Greer, and Gadjevic all to score each plus 1,300. The line has scored in 3 of the last 4 games. It's been a great line. I don't think there'll be any changes on that line today.
I doubt it.
Yeah. Insight brings up something that I did have in my notes too. Another reason why I like the over, early scoring in the early parts of the series as things tighten up. Just like we saw in the Toronto series, shootouts in games 1, 2, 3, and then games 4, 5, things will certainly tighten up. I mean, look at the penalty we got versus Aho in the beginning of the game. Like, if we get that over's hitting, bro.
Terrible. You're right.
What do we got? Martinook Stahl plus 490. Thank you, Nick Porto. But at the end of the day, like, so if you're Brandon Moore and you're Carolina here and you know you have to score first, how much pressure is on you to score first? And how can you actually go out and do that? Because you can't play from behind versus Florida.
No, I mean, you can, but it's extremely difficult to come back from it. But yeah, I think you got to put together a game plan. The message of whatever they believe is going to be successful. You put the trust in your players to go out and do it, and you hope that you find a way. I mean, there's no guarantee, but the goal has to be, with everybody on the same page, go out and get it. It's easier said than done sometimes, but if it happens, it just instills more belief.
Was Ristolainen a Carolina Hurricane?
Ristolainen?
Yeah, former Hurricane E2. Avi says in the chat. I don't think so. I thought Ristolainen was.
I thought he was a draft pick.
That's what I thought. I thought he was within the organization.
I'll look it up. E2.
Jonathan Davis in the chat says played over 1.5 starting goalies for Carolina before the series. That's a pretty good idea. Starting goalies, I like it.
Lundell, he was a Carolina Hurricane.
I didn't know that. He
was drafted in the second round by the Carolina Hurricanes in 2017. In 2019 and 20, he played 8 games with Carolina. And then during the lockout, he was traded to Florida for Trocheck. Wow. Suck on that, eh?
Suck on that, eh? Interesting. Still my favorite line. I did my Conn Smythe, as someone mentioned the Conn Smythe. You can't even take my Conn Smythe stuff serious because I'm still adding, but I still think that, like, you're at a point where they're so overvaluing the first 2 series of the playoffs where you still have 2 more that there's still guys who can come out of the woodworks here and find some value. Mm-hmm. I spent $150 and I put $50 on everybody on that Florida third line the other day. I think I got Ristolainen at 300 to 1. He's leading the team in points.
Like now live, he's 300 to 1.
He was before game 1.
Holy crap.
Yeah. So there's the question. Someone in the question says, who wins it? Says Florida wins this whole thing. Who gets Conn Smythe on the team right now? I say Bob's probably the leader. Yes. But those things can change so quickly. I think goalies are overvalued in these markets. And it's odd because if that third line keeps going, I think it's someone from there right now. But
yeah,
anyone on those top 2 lines could come out. I think it's a crapshoot.
Do you think a guy like Ekblad could be nominated for it?
I think he'd be in the running for sure, right? I think everybody's so close together right now because that's how deep and good this team is, that one big series down the stretch here in the final 8 wins could really propel them. But of that grouping, I do think Bob is the person ahead, and I think the odds will reflect that.
Yeah, especially if he missed out on it last year, right?
100%. That's when I bet it. And he'll win it because I bet on him last year. That's how that works. You bet on him and then they win it the next year. It's like betting
so
touchdowns.
mad last year.
Oh my God. I was so angry. I was so angry. I was in Halifax, was talking, and everyone's like, shh. They're like, no, Connor McDavid's going to win it. Like, if they just win game 6, if they win game 6, it's Bob's, but he didn't. Vincent Trocheck for Eric Holla, Lucas Walmark, E2 Listerainen, and Chase Prisky.
Wow.
There you go.
That's a haul.
That is a haul.
For Trocheck.
Some real estate agent was really happy in the Florida area, bringing in 4 new bodies. So there's a good one from Will I Am. Bob over 25.5 saves. I think that's a great spot. Honestly, I didn't really look at that, but I do think that Carolina had lots of chances in game 1. Bob played great, and that's why
I think we should make that one of our plays because I really do like that too.
All right, let me find the odds here.
Because the Canes, they come out with the shot mentality, right?
Yes, and they were getting their shots. I mean, Florida was keeping it on to the outside, but
I mean, if Gostisbehere focuses more on, if Gostisbehere's focus is more on just shooting the puck on net,
we didn't even talk about
that.
So
what a pigeon!
In my group chat, guy played like Mercyhurst area hockey. He's a doctor, played a lot of hockey too, and he's like saying, if Marchand runs at me in that spot of the game, I'm going to two-hand him.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you lie the Marchand run on Gostisbehere before obviously the greasy shooting the puck at him and then not dropping your gloves?
Yeah, I mean, like you look at the time or the situation of the game. I think Florida's up by 3 goals in that game, and I think that's what you continue to praise Florida for, is that they don't care what the score is; they just continue playing. Marchand takes a run at Gostisbehere, and why wouldn't he? Gostisbehere is one of their best defensemen. Marchand's saying, okay, it's game 1. I'm going to get a lick on him. Now, if you're Gostisbehere and you see that coming and you don't decide to do anything about it, I mean, that's a questionable choice on its own. But then you decide to take a slap shot at him. Fine, that's the way you want to get back at him. But what's even worse is, if you have any intention of taking it, or if you intentionally shoot a puck at a guy and he comes at you and your gloves don't come off, like, why are you doing it then? Right?
No, you're right.
I was more confused at that. I'm like, how did you expect Marchand to react after you intentionally shot a puck at him? Do you think he was going to come and just like get in your face and lick you or something? Like,
the funniest part was that Gostisbehere had there was like a couple chances where you're like, oh, he just didn't get his gloves off yet, and then he kept them on.
Right? Kept them on the whole time
with his glove off. He'll drop it eventually.
Yeah.
No, that was soft. That was baby soft. So what do you think? Sports Interaction over 26.5 at even money. Bob for 27 saves?
I like it.
All right.
I like it because Carolina's going to be a desperate team tonight, right?
Producer Mick, just put Bob over 26.5 saves, even money. Thanks, pal. I appreciate it. Bob, there you go. And then someone mentioned in the chat, did you see that picture of Bob looking like a guy from like an Appalachian drug addict?
Yeah,
like,
he looks like he looks like what do you call it? Marathon runner.
I don't know about a marathon runner. Yeah, maybe at the end of his run.
Well, he's skinny like a marathon runner, right?
He's not 180 pounds.
Well, he is. Without his equipment on, he is.
I didn't think that was his body type. You're like, wow, he's a normal hockey player. No, he's a teenage boy in a teenage body. How much weight does he lose during the game? There's a good question. So when you were playing, like getting up there, when you were up there playing 22 minutes a game, like what would your weight fluctuate pounds wise from like before and after games, like just losing just on water weight basically?
So I think he addressed that last year. He says he loses about 10 to 20 pounds during a game.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Sergei Bobrovsky can lose significant amount of water weight during a game, potentially shedding 10 to 20 pounds. This loss is primarily due to fluid loss through perspiration and extensive hydration. But he manages it by drinking more water and electrolytes. So like I wasn't one of those guys that like I sweat a lot, but I didn't fluctuate my weight that much, maybe a couple pounds.
20 pounds is nuts.
Yeah, 10 to 20 pounds a game is what he said he does. I don't know if there's any truth to it, but it's all water weight, man. Think of like, you know, all the fluids you drink during the day just to keep yourself hydrated.
Jonathan Davis brings up a good point in the chat. Canes have still not given up more than 21 shots on goal in the game. Freddie saves under, still looks good at 22.5. And then you also have the Freddie Anderson pull angle that's probably not as priced into that.
For Freddie?
Yeah, 22.5. But that's the thing. Like Florida doesn't have to keep their foot on the gas. It looks like they do, but they really don't. Like they'll just play ozone time and keep the puck along the boards. Like they're not out there wanting to throw 100 more shots on net when they're up 3-1.
Yeah, that's fair. And Florida too. Like they pride themselves on being a good forechecking team, but they just wear you down in the corners. I mean, they're not necessarily throwing a lot at the net.
Yeah.
Even in the Leaf series, right?
No, and that's what Tkachuk said. He's like, we're built for game 7. That's what we do. Yeah. We play games 1 and games 2, so you can't play game 7. So nice best chance Carolina has is this. It's this. I don't think there's much going on. Do we have any goals yet over there?
No, there's a big delay in Denmark.
Like the game hasn't
figure
started.
Out what it is. It started, but the players are both skating on the ice right now while there's some sort of repair. I don't know if it's the ice or something happening in the building. I can't listen to it, so I don't know what that is they're talking about.
Glass. 13-inch glass. All right. Those are the plays for Thursday. Rainy.
Love it.
Miserable. Thursday. Now, I'll leave on this note. Kids baseball game. My kid's supposed to be my starting pitcher today. Okay, cool. He's got the school play that he's been talking about. And he just tells me now that he has to go to there's 2 shows. There's an afternoon show and there's a night show. And he just told me now that he's got a night show that he goes to. He'd be like, oh, don't worry. The understudy can do my lines. I'm like, okay, sure. And then I find out last night that, no, that's probably not how it is. So now I have to debate on whether should he pitch versus Mississauga or should he go say one line and play? People will hate me forever.
Yeah.
But I think I'm getting bailed out by the rain, pal.
Yeah, but nothing's happening today with this rain. It's crazy.
No. Betting on any Willie points in IHF. Willie will probably interesting. So there is a spot on him. I believe it was Marcus Johansson was still skating on the top line. Willie probably takes that spot, no?
Yeah, I would think so.
Because there's a lot of shuffle. Like they got Forsberg down there on the third line with Backlund and
Buddy, Forsberg's got 0 goals in 7 games.
He's brutal. He started on that top line. But the Lucas Raymond, I think they actually split them up. Lucas Raymond and Leo Carlson combo had been doing very well. If they put Willie on that line, that could work. I know they put in William Carlson on the top line with Raymond, and I don't think it worked. I think they moved it back. But Sweden, I don't know. What are our late games? You got anything for those? Any insight to those, Mr. IHF?
You mean Canada?
Sweden and Czech. You got any love for the Czech? That top line in the Czech's pretty dirty.
Yeah, Pasternak's leading the tournament in points.
What are the other guys' names? Cervenka and Sedlak, his line mates who are just riding shotgun and absolutely pointing every game. That's a line that you should absolutely be touching for a stack. and they'll be paying big because it's versus Sweden. Looks like USA is on the board. I don't know who that goal is from.
Oh, Garland.
Ooh, top line.
Garland. And Cooley and Werenski.
Oh, need the Keller point there. Ooh, power play. Last question to you, Carlo. Did you ever play in the World Championships? Are players tired or fresh for these games after a long season?
Yeah, I played it, and it was one of the best experiences in my life. No tiredness. Guys want to be there. Guys get up for the games. Guys care when they're there. Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then you see it in some of the outcomes of these games. You're like, oh, we'll just walk over Switzerland. No, you won't. No, well, you won't. It's interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if Finland made this a game. We've seen that USA can give up goals.
Well, the thing about US is they started really slow, and like coming off of last game where they beat the Czechs, they're playing some really good hockey right now. So they're hoping that they're going to use that as some momentum carrying into the knockout stage here.
Finland, 4 of their last 5 games have finished 2-1. So
yeah, well, that's what Finland's going to hold. Finland's going to try
100%.
to put you to sleep and then get a good goaltending performance and try to squeak one by you that way.
We leaning on the Crosby, Celebrini,
Forster
line right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, Ryan O'Reilly, McKinnon, and Konechny have been a pretty formidable line too.
Yes. I really like the promotion of Ryan O'Reilly on that line. What do we have for the third line? Fantilli, KJ,
Johnson.
Cooley.
Yeah, Fantilli, Johnson, and Cooley.
Yeah, so if you're looking for Canada stacks, that top line, O'Reilly, McKinnon, Konechny, and then I don't think you need to go to the third line. Celebrini, Crosby, Forster will give enough value because of Forster, and O'Reilly I don't think is probably priced, but O'Reilly, if you can't put guys together, O'Reilly for a point at anything minus 125, probably a good spot here today. All right, let's have some afternoon hockey. Let's have some winners here in the early slate, 10-20 in my pocket, because let's be honest, winning money together is great, but no one's covered my losses when I lose money. Right? Yeah. So let's get some winners there. Let's get some winners at 2:00. Let's go to watch that fantastic play at my kid's school today. That should be fun. And rainy day means we get to watch hockey, and let's have a day, pal.
You got it, buddy. Sounds good. Talk soon.
All right. Appreciate everybody there in the chat. Those are the plays. NHL Puck Props presented by Sports Interaction. Sports Interaction has you covered for all these plays. Download the app. See you back here tomorrow. Sorry about any technical difficulties. Blame my computer. We'll see you back here.
It's raining. Blame the weather.